I think the business acumen comes from young onwards already. Kind of, my father is an entrepreneur, and so I got it from home. But also, when I was young, I started playing soccer on a very young age. And then you immediately get into contact with business side of things as well, contracts, money obviously, but also kind of how to deal with an environment, a social environment where big differences are, and kind of what type of role do you play in a team, in a group, how do you manage performance. That was constantly around me from, let's say, 9 years old. So it is more or less a natural interest. It became more or less a natural interest. And during my studies in architecture, I did several courses related to the business side, because I thought architecture is nice, but if you don't understand the drivers of development, the drivers of urban regeneration or urban development, you can be a perfect designer, but you cannot design anything because you don't understand the background of the question that is asked, nor can you question that question to even bring it further. So it is partly a background from home, partly a background through sports, and learning it during studies. I followed courses at an economic school, so business type of things that were very interesting to me. Then I did also business for architecture courses, so there were all kinds of different possibilities. In the Netherlands, universities are public funded, so you can, when you're enrolled in one university, you can also do courses at other universities. And it's just a matter of interest and taking just the course, taking the effort. For me that has been different from day one. When I started architectural school, I made very deliberate choices to want to have a broad spectrum. I wanted to build. I wanted to really understand how that worked. After architectural school, even already during, I could build my first own project. So I've been always producing, and at the same time I wanted to understand and refine the business model behind architecture, and that's what I'm constantly still doing. The efficiency, but also kind of how can I create flexibility that designers need, but at the same time create a business that is viable. There are a lot of tensions in that spectrum that is actually not very different than designing a building. These type of tensions, how to design them, how to facilitate them, how to move along with them, and sometimes also kind of guide them specifically, is an enormous challenge as well. So for me, I don't see it really as a divide, I see it as a natural extension. And I simply also like to do it. Also in our partnership, you see that people tend to leave it in the hands of people that like to do things. So fun and joy is also a big part of the reason why. I think 40% on business and 60% on creative.